Hello everyone, it's April 26th. Alright, the big thing today was that I went to a Goodwill and by pure luck I found a pair of Romaleo 2. I could not describe how excited I was when when I saw it there. I snatched it off the shelf so fast. Wow, I have been weightlifting for I think at this point 9 years. I think yeah, I think around 2015, 2016 when I first started. Right, still still mediocre, but all this time I've always wanted to own a pair of Romaleo. I mean, there are two kind of god tier shoes, right? It's Romaleo 2, which is always the voted as like the best, right? The best, and also Addy Star. And Addy Star is a little bit even harder to get by that time. And the ROM 2, it kept making more, but it was always expensive. Right? ROM 2 is always expensive. Even now, I think they have discontinued for about like 10 years. But now, if you go on eBay, it's selling for $200 at least, right? Especially at my size, which is 8.5 and 9. It's like the price doesn't budge. So, I mean, I've been just checking online, Hook Grip Store, um, all these stores, eBay, always trying to see if I can find a good deal. I'm happy with like say 100 something to get a pair, but you just didn't never found it. And then I think back then when I first started, it was not even for weightlifting, it's for powerlifting. And then Adidas, the Powerlift series, Powerlift 2 back then, was the recommended for powerlifting. So I got a pair, and that pair lasted a long time. Actually, I still have that, and I still use it. I think earlier this year. All right, I still use it. So it was a good pair of shoe. Need a little bit fix here and there, and I still remember when I first started transitioning to weightlifting, the heel height was not enough, so I have to buy a separate like a insole to increase the heel height, to increase the lift. And then after that, because of work, I got hooked up with a pair of Lightstone. So that was a wrong decision. And I was given a choice to pick like any Adidas sneakers, right? And I was like, yeah, definitely I'll go for a weightlifting shoes. And I just went for the Lightstone, which was the kind of the buzz at that time. That was not the right decision. I never liked Lightstone. I think the heel height is maybe too big for me, and I just overall I didn't feel very happy. But that one also I wore it for a long time. I hit some really big numbers. I think my all-time PB was hit when I was wearing the Lightstone. But then the Lightstone broke down. Not the BOA system. The BOA system actually still holds strong. It was the um, so the BOA system need to hook up to like two flaps on the shoe, and one of the flap on the I think it's the right hand side broke, and it just make the whole experience putting the shoes on. It will basically like the BOA system itself it still works, but it need because the BOA it constricts, right? It has like a string that constricts. The string need to be attached to the shoe itself in order to tighten, but the attachment fell off. So basically, that pair of shoes it was no good. It was it's in my storage now. Like I don't use it anymore. And it was around that time. Not actually not around. It was I think about 2 years ago. I think um, I was getting more and more frustrated with Lightstone. I don't like it anymore, and I think it's time for me to get into the shoes, the good like really good weightlifting shoes. I'm always a little bit old school, so I don't want to get any new ones. So I went online and snatched a pair of Addy Power, which was it's not a god tier, but it's not like S tier, but definitely in the A tier, right? And S tier is like ROM 2 and um, Addy Star, but A tier is definitely Addy Power. So I got a pair of Addy Power for I think $70 with $10 to $15 shipping price. So it was good. But the shoe itself had a little bit deficiency. One of the strap was misaligned, so it just makes it very hard to tighten again. But overall, I can think my feet is pretty well fit for Adidas. I mean, all three pairs I've owned so far, they're all Adidas shoes. But I always want a pair of Romaleo, right? Every now and then I check on eBay and try to see if there's any good deal. And I remember many years ago I read on Reddit some dude just found a pair of, I don't know, I don't remember which one, maybe Adi Star, maybe Adi Power in Ross. So somebody just put it on Ross for like $20. But anyway, fast forward to today, right? After almost 10 years of lifting and of wanting to get my hand on a pair of Romaleo 2, I finally found it today in a Goodwill store for $20. Oh, it was too big. I mean, yeah, definitely luck won't. It won't be that lucky that you will find a pair of Romaleo 2 of your size. That's really not happening. It was, it's 10.5. I'm wearing 9, so it's a little bit too big. But I'll make them work. I definitely will win. If I have to wear double socks, or triple layer of socks to fill it up, I'll do it. Right? I'm already bringing 2 pairs of socks to work. I'll definitely get 2 pairs on just for the shoes. And it was very new, very very new. I don't think it has ever been broken in. It was stiff, heavy, stiff, and overall just new, very new. It was manufactured in 2014, so it's a 10-year-old shoe, but overall I don't see any defects. Everything looks solid. If I want to sell them right now, like on eBay, that pair of shoes can, $200 easy, easy. Oh, size 10.5, maybe a little bit hard. Like you probably can't push too much above 200. Like you have to be around like 8, 9 ish to get to like 260, like 250, 260. But for a 10.5 shoe, I think $200 definitely. I can put the price there, and somebody will snatch it. Or if I put it for a bid, maybe we'll bid to 100, between 100 and 200. So definitely I can make a profit out of it. But I don't want to. I don't want to. I think I think I'll hold on to this pair and keep looking, right? Because it's not the right size, right? And I'll keep looking, and maybe I'll find the right size, and then this pair can go to eBay. But anyway, I'm just very happy, very excited. I mean, Goodwill is. I've heard bad things about Goodwill. I don't, but I also like Goodwill. It's really, it's like a bazaar, right? You just go in there and then with nothing in your head. Like I didn't expect to buy this. I was looking for a pair of pliers. I've been going to Goodwill every every other week just to find a pair of pliers, but I can't. It's for whatever reason there are no pliers. Like each Goodwill store, I've been to like 3 different Goodwill stores, and each one has a gazillion of hammers. It's like people don't like hammers, but the pliers I cannot find one, and the one I found was small, like 6 inches, 8 inches. I want like at least 10 inch or maybe 12 inch. I want a giant big plier. For it can be very versatile if you have a giant big plier, especially if the plier is one of those what's it called, drop jaw. Actually, I forgot the term. I mean, it's just like you can adjust the jaw size, right? You just, yeah, I really want one of those pliers, but yeah, it's not to be. It's not to be. All right, anyway, so it just a little bit. And I try to post my experience. I was so excited. I want to post this experience on Reddit, on the weightlifting subreddit, and I wrote it. I put the pictures. I posted, and then I was notified that it was filtered. It's kind of I think the mod didn't allow it. I don't know, because I never really post much on the Reddit. So yeah, I was so excited to write everything. I click post and then it was just gone immediately. Social media really isn't my thing. Really. Don't know how it works. Can't get it to work. Yeah, whatever. Wow, how many different count problems do you have? You just hell bent on doing all sorts of count. You know what? That's actually a good question. Can I do a search? Search questions. Let's just do count. Oh, there's still a lot more count. But we sure did a lot of count. Oh, they're doing infinite scrolling now. Oh, that's it. That's all the count problems. There's still a lot more. There's still a lot more. So, yep, just keep going through the count. Return the number of subarrays. It should be count subarrays. How many count subarrays problems are there? We've been doing count subarrays for 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks. Of length 3 such that the sum of the first and the third numbers equal exactly half of the second number. Sum of the first and the third equal to 2 times the middle, right? And yeah, we just go do it. Yeah, we just go do it, and we'll compute the first, the third, and then try to find the middle, and then we just move forward. 3 pointers. No, we can just do 1 pointer. It's fine. I have to work tomorrow. Need to do some design work and keep learning C++. Like seriously learning C++. Because really I need to use it. Like this type of C++ is not useful. I mean, this is just toy problems. I mean, I need to learn how to use C++ to write production level code. So it's a very different use case. All right, what does this one? 3392. Oh, check. Huh? Oh, exactly half. My bad. It was a little bit. There we go. I was like, what happened? Why was that not working? All right, nothing to see here. This is like kind of too easy. All right, maybe we'll try to get this one. Oh, I remember this one. I want to read the. Really? I don't see any. They probably fix it. Oh, people have issue with this. Uh, I guess I don't have any patience to do this. This is good enough. I like how I solve it, and then I'll stick to it. I think the most difficult part is this one. This is not that difficult, honestly. Is it just this is a combination, right? We just find a combination, and then we multiply by how many pairs, how many subarrays of the same length. I think you just need to figure out the DPIJ. Did I say I? The number of strictly increasing array that satisfy the requirements, starting with number I and with the size, and that's basically what we need. And then for each one, this is the length. Yeah, starting from 1, length is 1, and length with 2, length with 3, length with 4. And the actual work was done here. This is multiply, right? This is multiply. Yeah, I think this is actually the difficult part. And once this one is done, it's probably not that hard. But I think I do it again, I probably will still have problem. It's a tough one. But I'm not reading the tutorial if they say it's not good. Ugh. Oh, this is a different one. Good triplets. Yeah, this is a different one. I said I have an idea, but I did not really elaborate what that idea is. This is the one. Oh. Okay, we have to come and refamiliarize with this problem. If I remember right, it's we have a suffix, right? We have a suffix. Upon execute path, if it ends with it's a suffix, and each digit in x is at most limit. Yeah, limit is a 1 to 9, and And basically we need to find, because I have a start and finish, so I need to find the smallest start that is not smaller so smallest, right, that's not smaller than start, and find the largest that's not bigger than finish, and then find how many um, numbers are in between, right? And the way I was thinking about this is we will do um, like a different base in number. How was I thinking different base in number? We just want to know. Yeah, we convert, right? We convert the number into its proper base, and then we'll be able to find how many is in between. I think that was the idea. For example, okay, I need to kind of rethink this. So start is 1, finish is 6,000, limit is 4. So your actual start is 1, 2, 4, right? And then you have 6,000 is the largest. You have 1, 2, 4. So you need to fit. Cannot be larger than 4. So the largest is this, smallest is this. So we need to find out how many numbers are in between. Actually, no. How many numbers? It's not in between because 1 to 4 has to be there. So how many different is in between 0 to 4? Well, it's 5, right? 0 to 4 is 5. So eventually it will be some number and some other number, and then we need to find how many is in between. And I think I have some examples here. Yeah, I think I figure out how to do it by using the change the base, right? Change the base. So basically I have some value, right? Some value, but it will be a base limit, right? So if it's base limit, I can I can transform this base limit. So like a binary number, right? Or base 8, base 16. This one just base anything, right? Basically, it can base anything. And then, um, and then we will find this representation what actually is, and I will find the end what actually is and the difference between the two. Okay, so now the question is, how do we find this, the small and the large? So we start from the start. Okay, so from s to start, I can say if the integer representation of s is larger than start, then it will just be s, which indicates the actual slope will be 0, right? If the start is larger than s, okay? If the start is larger than s, then we need to say we need to try, right? So s has whatever, then start has whatever, and we say if I add a value to s, yeah, let's say we add, maybe we can just use string for the comparison. I mean, what's the downside of doing that? Because eventually we'll have to be the same size, unless it's bigger, right? So, maybe we should still do integer. Okay, we still do integer. We know the number of digits, so I can do it. So yeah, so we do a 1, and then we compare with start. If it's bigger than, done, right? If it's small, then I do a 2, I do a 3. No. I need to find the start, how many digits the start has, right? How many digits the start has. So I say I have 1, 2, 4, and the start has like 6 digits, right? 6 digits. Then I know at least I need to start with 100, right? But that's not the best way, because what I want is to find out what what the extra digits are. So I can see the first digit. I'll do the first. Oh, yeah, exactly. I copy the entire thing. I copy this, right? I copy this. And I copy this, put it here, and then try to see if this is bigger than it, then we found it. If this is smaller than this, then I just increase the last digit by 1. Done. That's how you get to the smallest value that's larger than start. How do we implement it? I don't even remember which day this was. 2999. I don't know. Oh, I can hover. Holy crap, how many weeks ago? There we go. Didn't tell me the date. I have to figure out the date? You're kidding me. How am I supposed to know what date this is? Oh, I found it. I see the URL. Like, see at the bottom. URL. It's the 10th. Didn't do anything, huh? Alright. I think this will take maybe a few days effort. But we have a path. We have, as they say, a path to green. $2,999. Alright, I did not solve this problem in time when it was first announced during the daily challenge. But I had an idea. And now let's see if the idea works. We first find the smallest number, right, with s as its suffix. Right, that is not smaller than start, and find the largest number with s as its suffix that is not bigger, right? Then finish. Oh, there's one more thing. There's this limit. So as you, oh, holy crap. Yep, yeah, we have this one more thing we need to consider. It's fine. It's fine. We'll handle it. Right. That is not bigger than finish, right? And all the numbers must be within the given limit. Once the smallest and biggest number have been found, we can directly, right, find the number of the gap between the two, excluding the suffix. We will have to do the subtraction under a base, right? Under a base determined by limit. For example, if limit equal to 4, right, then can we give an example? Yeah, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3 minus 4 shall equal to, so 3, yeah, so 3 minus 4, I need to borrow one from the left. But when I borrow one from the left, it will add 1 times 4, right? That's essentially what it is. Because like in binary, if it is 0 minus 1, we'll borrow 2. So now we'll borrow a 4. So we'll borrow 4. So 4 plus 3 is a 7. So 7 minus 4 is 3. So it'll be 1, 1, 3. Right? That's the that is the answer. Okay, so now we need to first find the smallest. Find the smallest number. So there's a few things I need to do. I need to go small shall equal to string. Okay, so maybe I need a private the int. Maybe there is a built-in. STOI. Nice. I don't need this. S2I basically. Okay, so now we got a small. And then we need to find the start. Oh. If we get a small, so if the start is smaller or equal to, then we can say the prefix is 0. If it's bigger, then we need to do the other analysis, right? So we say if start is smaller or equal to small. Come in. Teeth, yes. back. So if the start is smaller or equal to the small, then what I want small. That's not really small. Yeah, I need to give it a new name, which is, yeah, we call it small. But I also need prefix. Prefix is 0. So if it's smaller to, that's 0. If it's larger than, this is when we need to do some stuff. Yes, this is when we need to find the smallest number that is larger, that is no smaller than start, and extract its prefix. So now start is larger than small. What do? We need to find the digit. How many digits does it have? Oh, its prefix, right? We need to find its prefix. Find its prefix. How do we find its prefix? We can find its prefix by doing division. Okay, so we can say int suff size, right? Actually, I can just do s.size, it's pretty fine. So we should say start prefix is start divided by 10 to the power base exponent. Suffix. How we call it? Suffix divisor should be an integer of power base s.size, right? If s is 3, then 10 to the 3, so 1000. So whatever divided by 1000 will get rid of the last 3 things. So yeah, so this will be start divided by suff divisor numerator. Suffix numerator. That's a better name, better term. We say numerator. Alright, so we'll do that. That's the start prefix. And based on the start prefix, how long is the start prefix? No, we don't need to know the length. We don't need to know the length. All we need to know is I use the start prefix on my number, right? On my number. And if it's already larger, then that's my prefix. So it will be like this. So we say if start prefix times suffnum plus small is larger or equal to start, right? That means we use the start prefix and it's already bigger, but that's the smallest. that's actually not true, right? Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me think about it again. Because I have these prefix, and then I use the same prefix with the suffix. Yes, that if this is already smaller or equal to the star, because I cannot make the prefix even smaller. If I make the prefix even smaller, it will be smaller. So it has to be bigger or equal to. So if that's the case, then I can proudly say that the prefix will equal to the start prefix, right? Otherwise, if the start prefix times this plus small is still smaller, then I need to increment by 1. Then prefix equal to add. Oh, this is what we need to do. Add start prefix and a 1. We need to do this. This is the real game. This is the real game. And I'm pretty sure we need to go down the path of long. Seriously. Because start finish, everybody's long. I think you should go everything long. Like don't even yeah, we're gonna do long for every single thing. Don't care. It's just, you know, and make things easier if everything is long. So yeah, we need to do a private here. So we're gonna do a long add long ax long y, and then base int base. Okay. So we'll do that, and then we also need to do a long minus. It's a minus, just add with a negative value. But then a carry becomes a little bit. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it should be fine. I can just define this. But anyway, let's say we define it, and then prefix will equal to, basically I need another one, which is a limit, right? So yeah, so we get a prefix. Prefix of what? Of small. Small prefix. Alright, so I need to change this one. This shouldn't be small. This is just suffix, right? This is suff numerator. Or I can say suff integer. Numerator. Oh, suffix tens. And what it does num. That's so stupid. Start, yeah, this is suffix num. Start prefix is not suffix num. This can be suffix tens. This is suffix tens. This is suffix num. Prefix, small prefix. Small prefix. Small prefix would be the start prefix plus 1. Yep. That's about it. That's to get the small prefix, and then next we shall say find the largest number that is no bigger than finish and extract its prefix. Alright, so we go a long, large, small, big. Call it large prefix. Okay. If finish. If star is larger than the suffix num, have to do that. If a star is smaller, then it will be suffix num. So here is the same. If finish is bigger than, right? If finish is bigger than the suffix num, then the target, its prefix will be 0. So should we say if finish is smaller than suffix num? Right, so I have suffix number, but the finish is, oh really, finish is smaller? So a star is bigger, so I need to align with it, right? So now we're saying that the finish, if the finish is bigger, yes, if the finish is smaller than, if finish is smaller than the suffix, what happened if finish is smaller than the suffix? I have a start and I have a finish. Finish, and I have that. So we need something that's smaller than the finish. So finish is bigger or equal to. That's when we need to work. If finish is small, if finish is small than a suffix, yeah, then it's just 0, right? Hold on, let me think again. It's within this range, right? So the finish is bigger, then we need to find the smallest, right? No, find the biggest that's smaller. So that's when we need to use a trick. But if finish is this, yeah. And finish is larger than the suffix, right? Because the finish is smaller, then your large prefix has to be 0. Okay, and then we'll do a long finish sub prefix. Right, we get that, and we will put the finish prefix with the sum num, right? If it's smaller, let's say if finish prefix right, if it's smaller or equal to finish, we add a prefix, and then it's smaller, then that is the sign. Large prefix finish prefix, right? Else What's this else? Else large prefix add finish prefix, because finish prefix times this plus it's bigger, right? Then we just need to remove by 1, -1 limit. When you the -1, I think it definitely will make it smaller. Okay, and then the result shall be return add large prefix negative small prefix +1. Alright, so now all is left is to implement the add function. I think that's a good progress, and we'll pick it up some other day. Alright, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Adios.